Hello students, last class I explained about surface tension. In today's class I will explain one more concept that is called surface energy. To understand this surface energy concept, again let us consider a beaker filled with water or liquid. Okay. In this beaker, it is filled with a liquid, like that you consider. And this is the free surface of the liquid, top surface or free surface of the liquid. So liquid is the air means definitely you can consider so many number of molecules. Like that, let us consider this molecule at this point. Okay, the same molecule I will represent here, and around this molecule I will consider a sphere. Okay, not a circle, a sphere, and this sphere is called as sphere of influence. So why we consider this sphere of influence means inside that sphere, like this molecule, around this molecule you can consider other molecules also. Okay, and we will consider the force of attraction between these molecules only. That means this molecule can apply force on other molecules, and other molecules also will apply force on these molecules. If any molecule is outside the sphere, means the interaction between these two molecules are very weak. That's why we will not consider that interaction. We will consider the interaction of the molecules within this sphere only. Okay, and this radius of the sphere that is nearly equal to 10 to the power minus 9 meter. That means in a liquid means definitely there are molecules, so between molecules there is some separation. So when the force become appreciable means when the interaction is appreciable means if the distance between two molecules is 10 to the power minus 9 meter, then the force of interaction is appreciable. If the distance is greater than this 10 to the power minus 9 meter means the interaction between the molecules are very weak. That's why we are considering a sphere of the radius 10 to the power minus 9 meter, and this sphere is called as sphere of influence. So similarly, I have considered a molecule here, right? So this molecule I am representing with the same sphere of influence. Then observe carefully, on this molecule other molecule will apply force in all the direction. There is a force of attraction between molecules. So whatever molecules present inside this sphere, all the molecules are applying the force and they are attracting that molecule. Hence, if you that means because the forces are acting in all the direction, hence the net force acting on this molecule become 0. Okay, so there is no net force acting on this molecule. Okay, because the force is distributed symmetrically. Okay, in all the directions there are force, so they are equal and opposite also we can consider, and they will get cancel each other, and there will be no net force on this molecule. like this force magnitude is also same, this force magnitude is also same, they are acting in opposite direction, they will get cancel each other, like all the forces will get cancel each other, net force become 0 on this molecule. It can move inside the liquid freely. And to understand the concept of surface energy, you should not consider gravity here, okay, that is different. Without considering gravity, we are with this one, understanding the surface energy concept. And one more molecule, let us consider somewhere here, okay, and also let us draw a plane surface, imaginary plane surface, okay. This imaginary plane surface, what I am considering, that should be, that the distance from the top surface should be equal to radius of the sphere of influence. Then now what I will consider, one more molecule I will consider, that is exactly on this imaginary plane. And around this molecule also I will draw a sphere of influence, okay. And one more molecule I will consider, this molecule name you give it as A, this molecule name you give it as B. Let us consider one more molecule somewhere here in between this top surface and imaginary plane, okay. Then definitely if you draw sphere of influence, you can observe that some part of the sphere of influence is outside the free surface of the liquid, it is outside liquid surface, and remaining part is inside the liquid surface. Similarly, one more molecule I will consider, that molecule is exactly on the free surface of the liquid. Then if I draw a sphere of influence, now you can able to see half of the sphere of influence is outside the free surface and the remaining half is inside the free surface. So I explained here, all other molecules inside the sphere is applying force and it is attracting. So what about in this case? This sphere of influence is also within, well within, inside the liquid medium. Hence here also the force distribution is symmetrically in all the direction. The force will act on this molecule. And if you see the distribution of force here, and this is the, that means this is the center, means if you consider on this molecule, this is the force of attraction by other molecules, but this part, if you see that some little part is outside the free surface, hence here you will not get any water molecule, okay. So in this part you will get water molecule, but here you will not get any water molecule. Hence upside the force is less comparing to the downside. So here more molecules are, if you divide this into two equal parts, okay, then what we can able to see, here water molecules are more downside in lower half, in upper half the water molecule is less, hence more force of attraction is downward. In these two diagrams you can observe that upper half and lower half, the force distributed equally, symmetrically, hence they will get cancel. Net force acting is 0 in the A molecule, net force acting is 0 in the B molecule, but here it is not like that. So there is net downward force, upside force is less, downside force is more, because some part is outside the liquid surface. And if you see here, so only lower half of the molecules applying force on this molecule. So this remaining half part is outside the liquid medium, right? So no water molecules are here to apply force on this molecule. Okay. So because of that, in these two diagram, here there is a net downward force, and on the top surface of the liquid I am considering a molecule, right? Here also there is a net downward force. Comparing to these two diagrams C and D, which molecule exerting, that means which molecule experiencing the net downward force more, means definitely D molecule. D molecule experiencing a downward force, a net downward force. Okay, and you can consider this is a film. Okay, this line and this imaginary plane, that free surface of the liquid and this imaginary plane, you can able to see, right? This you can consider it as a film. That means a thin layer. In this thin layer, whatever molecules are present in between the thin layer, in between this, that means I will draw here, in this film, whatever molecules are present, all the molecules experiencing a net downward force, but whatever the molecule present on the free surface, that molecule experiences a maximum net downward force. Okay. Because of this what happens? Because of this what happens? The liquid surface tries to contract. So contracting means it tries to minimize the surface area. That what you have studied in last class, a property of a liquid. Because of that it tries to minimize the surface area. So same thing we are explaining. Why? Because a net downward force is acting. Because of the net downward force, the liquid surface tries to minimize its surface area. And we want to know what is meant by surface energy right here. Okay. Then if any liquid from interior part, inside from this any point, if any molecule, if you move towards free surface, means definitely you need to do the work. Why? Because there is a net downward force is acting, right? So against that force, there is a net downward force is acting. Against that force, you are moving a molecule upward. So remember, if we apply, that means if we do some work against any force, that work done will store in the form of energy. Here also, if you want to move any liquid upward, means you are doing work against the downward force. Downward force is acting like this. You are pushing the molecule upward. So all the work done will stored in the form of potential energy in the liquids. Okay. And if you want to increase the area, suppose this is the free surface, right? If you want to increase the surface area, then what happens means these molecules also will move upward. If the molecules are moving upward, means it is we are doing some work against that force. Again the potential energy will increases. Remember that whatever molecules are present on the top surface, these molecules having maximum potential energy than the molecules present in inside or interior of the container. And in the universe, every system wants to attain a minimum potential energy. Remember, this is an important concept. Okay, in any system wants to attain a minimum potential energy. Minimum potential energy means that system become more stable. Okay, it can attain a stable equilibrium. For example, this is the ground. If you consider on the ground, its potential energy is 0. Okay, gravitational force acting downward side, right? So if you want to move the chalk upward, what we have to do? We have to apply force and we have to make displacement. Force into displacement. That is called work done. Then we are doing the work against a gravitational force. So we are lifting the object from here to here means we are doing a work against the gravitational force. Right, all that work done stored in the form of its potential energy. But this system, you can consider chalk as a system. It is made up of so many number of molecules. So then it can, then we can able to say the chalk is also one system. Then this system wants to attain minimum potential energy means, so if I leave, again the chalk will move downwards. Why? Because moving downwards, the potential energy will decreases and it will become minimum. In the similar way, the water will flow from the higher region to lower region. In that case also, it to become stable, it has to decrease the potential energy. In the similar way, this system, I am saying that this is a system. A beaker contains a water. That is a system. In this system, the water also wants to attain minimum potential energy. So how to attain minimum potential energy means it should not want to increase its area. If area increases means potential energy increases. Always it tries to minimize the surface area. Then it can able to minimize the potential energy and then it can able to become a stable. Okay. Here work done is equals to increase in potential energy. Okay, that means work done to move a liquid from interior to top surface against the force of intermolecular force of attraction or the downward force. That work done will be stored in the form of potential energy, and this potential energy per unit area, okay, is called as surface energy. This surface energy is denoted by sigma. Sigma is equals to potential energy per unit area. So I hope you understood the concept of surface tension and surface energy. For both, the reason is intermolecular force, and here the net downward force. Okay. And after understanding the surface tension and the surface energy, okay, next I will derive the relation between T means surface tension and sigma means surface energy. Let us consider a rectangular frame. Okay, this is the rectangular frame, a lightweight rectangular frame. And take a lightweight sliding wire. Okay, this wire can able to slide on this rectangular frame. Next, what you have to do means, you have to dip this rectangular frame in a soap solution. After dipping that rectangular frame in a soap solution, you can observe a soap film. Okay, a soap film in this region. Soap film means it has two surfaces. Okay, let us consider this is a soap film, and this is a liquid, and this is a air medium. So this is one surface area, right? In the similar way, back side it is having another surface. There also you can observe the liquid and air medium. Like that, it is having two surfaces. Then, because of surface tension, these film will apply force on this rectangular frame. Why? Because of surface tension, what is its property? Always tries to minimize its surface area. So for that, it will apply the force in all the direction normal to this frame. Okay, tangential to the surface. And next, what you have to do means, with the same force. Okay, so what is the upward force you can able to see here on this sliding wire? There is an upward force due to surface tension. The same amount of force you apply in downward direction. Then in the next situation, what you will observe means, you are applying the same amount of force. Because of that, there will be no change will come in its kinetic energy. If there is any displacement of this wire means, the surface area of the increases. Okay, so it should not get damaged. In that manner, slowly you apply force and pull this wire, then you will observe that the surface area will increases. So this is the previous length. Now how much distance it has increased means, let us consider it as x. And what is the length of this rectangular frame this side means, let us consider it as L. Okay, this is the diagram after applying the force. This much of area has, that means this much of length has increased. Then definitely here the surface area is increased. Surface area is increased means its surface energy also increases. We will calculate that one. So work done is equals to, that means we are applying force, there is a displacement. So that force into displacement is nothing but work done. Work done in moving this sliding wire. So force means, we know that T is equals to F divided by L. Then F is equals to, we can able to write it as T into L. T into L into X. How much force we are applying means, what is the tension force is acting opposite direction, same amount of force we are applying in downward direction. Okay, so TL into delta X. But how many surfaces are there in this soap film? This is one surface, right? Similarly, backside there is another surface. That means in the surface, this force we should not take as a TLX, we should take it as 2TLX. Why? Because surface tension in this side also T into, that means T in the back side also the surface tension force. Hence we are writing 2TLX. This is the work done, and T into 2Lx. Okay, T into 2Lx. This 2Lx I can able to consider as change in area. This is the length, right? This is the length and this is the displacement. So both side surface we have to consider. Hence this 2Lx is called as change in area or increased area. So this much of work we have did to increase the area. According to definition of surface energy, according to surface energy, this work, that means whatever work we do, that will store it in the form of surface energy, that we have studied in surface energy concept, right? That work done is stored in the form of surface energy, that is sigma into delta A, where sigma is called surface energy, and work done, we have defined sigma is equals to work done divided by unit area, isn't it? Sigma is equals to work done divided by unit area means work done is equal to sigma into A also you can consider. Let us take it as equation 1 and this equation as 2. So comparing equation 1 and 2, you will get the surface tension T is equal to sigma. Okay. Numerically, the surface energy is equal to surface tension. So remember this derivation. This is the relation between surface energy and surface tension.